Hey, good evening, everybody, or should I say good night? I think it's, oops, 9 o'clock in the night. I just finished doing some of your corrections and I had some time and it's nice and quiet. I'm undisturbed and I thought I'd record yet another video for you for Unit 17 articles. Okay, so I know we've already started doing it. We've done a few slides, but I thought since I have the time right now, I thought I'd do it in a little bit of detail. We'll do it tomorrow also, just quickly, and then I'll put the video up on YouTube for you to watch. Okay, so basically, what is an article? All right, this is something that you've been studying right from, I think, second standard, third standard, fourth standard, fifth standard. So it's pretty easy. And like I told you, it's a small word which comes before a noun. All right. And we use articles all the time when we speak. Okay. Especially when we refer to nouns. So, for example, I'm wearing a red shirt. Okay. I wanted to wear the blue one, but I decided to wear the red one instead. Okay. I'm waiting for the delivery guy to come so that there'll be dinner on the table because today is Sunday and we always order food from outside on Sundays. I'm not very fond of outside food, but if you give me a nice salad, a cold salad, I will enjoy it anytime. And I usually order the salads from Subway because I really love the salads there. They have these great sauces and they use jalapenos, olives, and smoked chicken. I just love it. Okay. So, like I said, we use articles all the time when we are talking. Okay. When we are referring to nouns. All right. So, now I am going to talk about, do a presentation and go over the slides so you can understand the lesson better. So here goes share and unit 17, present, and here we go. So how do we use articles? Uses of articles. So now you know in English grammar we have um, three articles that we use. Okay, we use the, and an. All right, and these are of two types. Okay, you have two different types of articles. We have definite articles and we have indefinite articles. Okay, so definite articles are those articles which refer to a specific noun. Okay, a specific noun, and indefinite articles are those which refer to general nouns. Okay, when we are not specific about it. For example, I saw a girl on the street. The girl that I saw was the same girl who comes to the temple every day at 5 o'clock. So here you have very specifically said which girl you're talking about to your friend, and she knows immediately who you're talking about because you have specified it by using the. When you use a and an, they're indefinite articles, indefinite. You don't know. It is a general way of addressing a noun. Okay. So basically, articles are again, repetition. Articles are words to tell us whether a noun is general or whether the noun is specific. The is specific and a definite article. And an are not specific. They are general and indefinite articles. Okay. And you should remember this one rule is that an comes before any noun that starts with a vowel. A, E, I, O, U. So an apple, an elephant, um, an igloo, or an octopus, and you, an umbrella. Okay, so we are using an when it is generally spoken about any noun that starts with a vowel. Okay, so now I'm going to give you some examples to make it a little more clear. So for example, I'm going to have a pizza for lunch. Now, you're not specified any type of pizza. It's just a pizza. It can be anything. It can be the margarita. It can be a plain cheese pizza. It can be maybe a pure vegetable pizza with pineapple on it, or it can be a non-veg pizza like chicken pizza with cheese and pepperoni. So here in the second sentence, I'm specifying it. I'm going to have, you know what, the pepperoni pizza I was telling you about, the pepperoni pizza. Very, very specific. Okay. So and an are used before a singular noun. Okay. Even the is can be used before a singular noun. The apple. Okay. An apple. But you cannot never ever say apples and apples, books, okay, cats and octopuses, never, okay. But the can be used before a singular and a plural noun. The box, the boxes, okay. But you can say a box, okay, because it is singular, right? That rule applies. Okay, and is used before a noun which starts with a consonant. For example, box, chocolate, then what else? Mirror, computer, all these start with consonants. All right, so we use a before it or a. But when you want to talk about any word which starts with a vowel, we use and an is also used before a noun that starts with a silent H, like hour, okay, then heir to the throne, and what else starts with H? Honor. It's an honor to meet you, okay. All these are silent H, and you use and before it. All right. So there's an exception in this case. Now you take the word university, you take the word union, useful, European, unit, unicycle. All of them start with U. They are all vowels, right? But listen to the sound. Okay, when you take U in university, it gives a y sound. U, y, and Y is a consonant, so it's giving the sound of Y. So we will use a before such nouns which begin with a vowel but they give a consonant sound, like university, union, okay, useful, European, unit, and unicycle. Okay, so because it gives the y sound, which is a consonant sound, we use a in front of it. But now you take the word umbrella. Okay, U always makes the sound like A says ah, E says eh, I says I, O says oh, and U says as an umbrella. So in this case, we say an umbrella because it gives a vowel sound. Okay. Now, for example, they study at a university. Like I told you, a will come before a noun, even if it starts with a vowel, but if it gives a consonant sound like y, we'll use a university. And this is an indefinite because they're talking about any university. But now, when I see, watch how I use the, okay? So they study at the University of Fine Arts in California. All right. So here it's a very specific university. So we are using the. So I ate an egg for breakfast. This is just to show you examples where you use an before the noun when it starts with a vowel. Okay. She is getting an eagle for a pet. What a lucky girl. I always wanted a pony for a pony for a pet. But you know, it never happened. And she's getting an eagle. Oh, lucky girl. She plucked a rose from the garden. Any rose. She just went and plucked it. Okay? It was the red rose that I was admiring yesterday. That's when you get specific and use the before it. Ria found a gold coin. It was any gold coin. Okay? She found the gold coin which belonged to the Harappan dynasty or the Harappan age. Okay? Specific. So an is used before nouns, like I already told you, used before nouns which start with an H which is silent. Okay, so for example, an hour, an honor, an, a, and here it is used even before adjectives, okay, such as an adjective which is describing the man, an honest man, okay. So you will use an before and h which is silent. And articles are never found, like I told you, material nouns are uncountable nouns, okay. Okay, and they are never used, you never use articles before a material noun. All right. So you cannot say I saw a gold. You'll say I saw a gold bangle. I saw a plastic. No, I saw a plastic bottle. Okay. I saw what else? I saw a what a, oh, I just went over it. I saw a the cat is distracting me. It's meowing away in the background. It's distracting me. I saw a silver. No, I saw a silver ornament. Okay, for example. You cannot use it before abstract nouns also. You cannot say I'm very impressed by a honesty or an honesty. Okay, for example. So you don't find articles before, exceptions are there, but normally you don't use or an before abstract or material nouns. All right. So now, when do we use definite articles and when do we use indefinite articles? Okay. So now, when you start talking, okay, for example, if I talk about some boy who's just joined school, for example, okay, do you know a boy just joined our class, fifth grade? Uh, I don't remember which one. It is the boy who has really long hair. Okay, that is the boy I'm talking about. So you introduce the character. It is a very general description, meaning you talk about it like an indefinite way, not a specific way. But once you introduce it in your story, in your paragraph, in your speech, you can refer to it as a specific object or a noun later. Okay, now look at this example. The children gasped. Okay, a witch was standing at the door. A witch. Introduction. She was shaking her broom at them and shouting angrily. Josie started to panic. What if the witch was going to eat them? Now, as I told you, the witch has been introduced in the first sentence. A witch. So now everybody knows that there is a witch. So now we don't need to use a witch in the next sentence. We can talk about it very specifically by saying the witch. Okay, you got that? So usually you have an introduction with an indefinite article, and then you can refer to the noun as a definite or a specific noun. Okay. So now the is not used before nouns in the plural number. Okay, normally when you're talking about something, for example, let's say your mother likes red saris. You don't say my mother likes the red saris. Or even if let's say she likes saris, you won't say my mother likes the saris. You just say mother likes saris. Okay, my mother likes saris. Okay, let's say you like to climb trees. So we don't say I like to climb the trees. You say I like to climb trees, but I like to climb the mango tree at the back of the house. Specific, right? Okay. So when directly in front of a plural noun, we normally don't use the. Okay. Now, when you're talking about it specifically, we can use the. So, for example, Ginny likes cakes, but now supposing she doesn't like specific cakes in a particular place. So, we'll say that Ginny did not like the cakes in Adair Bakery, for example. It's just a sentence. I do like the cakes in Adair Bakery. I do, really. Okay, so the, and an is normally not used in front of proper nouns. Now, I already told you this many times. You do not use the, or an in front of proper nouns. Like, for example, a person. You cannot say, I saw a Sunil today. I went to a Calcutta for my exam. I am traveling to a Japan or the Japan. Okay, so as you've noticed, before proper nouns, we normally do not use articles. Okay, so now as I'm going to go through the slides, you will learn where you can use articles and where you don't have to use articles, or you can't use articles. Okay, so you can't use articles in names of people. All right, you cannot use articles before cities. For example, I'm traveling to the Mumbai. You can't say that I travel to Mumbai. Okay, then you cannot say that I am living in the third main road. I'm living on third main road. Okay, Gandhinagar. I'm staying at the Gandhinagar. Not a chance. You can't say that. Okay, subjects like math, science, social studies. You cannot say I'm studying the science. I'm preparing for the social studies. No, you can't say that. Okay, before subjects. Okay, days of the week. Nah, you can't. I am going for my dance class on the Thursday. You can't. It gets very cold in the December. No, you can't use it. Okay, in front of abstract nouns, you don't use it normally, or nor in front of material nouns. So remember that. Now, just to see how ridiculous it sounds, before you use articles in front of proper nouns, okay? So, I know the Ramesh. Oh, sounds terrible. I know Ramesh. I live in Delhi. Terrible, terrible. I live in Delhi. She speaks an English. She speaks English, for heaven's sake. I shall meet you on the Monday. Oh my God. You cannot meet anybody on the Monday or the Tuesday or the Wednesday. You can only meet them on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. See? So you can make out when you see the examples that it is not correct. It doesn't sound right at all. Okay? So I love the science. I love science. I love maths. I love English. Roma will travel to Germany, or will travel to the Germany in a March. No, no, no. She will travel to Germany in March. And honesty is the best policy. Oof. Honesty is the best policy. Okay? A health is the health. Oh, sounds really bad. Health is wealth. So the is used before some particular person or thing. For example, like I told you, when you're talking about somebody very specific, the boys of our class won the debate competition. Okay? The school where I study is really great. We are going to the fast food restaurant, not to a restaurant, the fast food restaurant, very specific. Okay, at 8 a.m. So all the nouns mentioned above are specific. The is also used before some particular person or thing when we are talking about in general. Now you see there are common ways, like for example, the horse is a beautiful animal. In when you're talking about all the horses in general, we can use the before the noun. For example, the horse is a majestic animal. The dog is a faithful animal. Or you can say dogs are faithful animals. You cannot put dogs, right? But you can say the dog is a faithful animal, referring to all dogs. The cow is a useful animal, referring to all cows. Okay? The week has 7 days, referring to all the days, or how many days make up a week. All right? So the is also used before names of rivers, names of seas, oceans, gulfs, mountain ranges. But when you're talking about a mountain peak, okay, you cannot say the um, wait, the Kanchenjunga peak. Okay, you refer to it as without putting an article before it. For example, for rivers, the Ganges. Okay, okay, or you say the Ganga. Okay, always the Ganga is a holy river. Okay, the Himalayan range of mountains, the Pacific Ocean, the Aegean Sea, the Bay of Bengal, the Persian Gulf, the Nile, the Sahara Desert, the Kashmir Valley, the Andamans, okay, islands, the holy books like the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Ramayana, the Vedas. Okay, so these you always put a the before it. The is also used before names of newspapers and one of a kind things. Okay, newspapers like the Times of India, the Hindu, the Deccan Herald, for example. Okay, one of a kind things like the sun, the moon, the stars. Okay, and the Hindu, I already done that. The Hindu, the Deccan Herald, the Times of India, the Sun, the Moon, the Earth, the World, the East, the West, the North, the South. Okay, the Hindus, the Christians, the Muslims, the Parsis, okay, the Sikhs, okay, and the, like you're talking about nationality in a way, like the English, you're gonna say English defeated French. The English defeated the French in, for nationalities. The Japanese have beautiful gardens, okay. Remember that the is also used before the superlative form of the adjective. Now we learned about degree of comparison, and you know that before the superlative part, superlative form of the adjective, we always put a the. Okay. For example, this is the best movie that I have ever seen. He is the sweetest person I have ever met. This is the prettiest flower in the whole bunch. Okay. He is the tallest boy in the class. Okay. So always use before a superlative, the superlative form of an adjective. All right. This is the first time I have seen a kangaroo. May is the fifth month of the year. So before the ordinal numbers, like when you say it in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, we'll always use the before the noun. Okay. Before the ordinal numbers. So that was it. It's a very fast and quick explanation, but we shall do it again in class because you have to finish the exercises. But this is just to explain to you about the lesson. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing for now. All right. And go back to the meet. And all right, so look at my new background. I don't know exactly what it is. I think it is a sitting room, okay? Or maybe it's a cafe because of the lights in the background. But I just absolutely like this background as well. And I'm having fun experimenting with different backgrounds. So today's video, I will put it up. Maybe tomorrow I'll put it up on YouTube, or maybe today. So anybody who would like to see this lesson, I'm sure it's already very late. You'd probably be able to see tomorrow only, but I had fun explaining to you. Please take the trouble to go over the video, watch the video, listen to me, listen to the way I explain the lesson, understand it, and I hope it helps you in the preparation for your third term quiz assessment. Okay, bye from me. Good night. Mwah. Bye bye.